Hello everyone, Tanya here, and in today's video I am making chocolate chip cookies from scratch. And this is a tradition I started early on. I worked at AT&T for over 20 years, so we always had potlucks. When I was a caterer, that's what started my catering business. I would just, give people cookies that I work with. And I had a company called Cakes and Quiches. I would make cakes and quiches. And so I always make cookies. And my client, during Christmas time, this was their Christmas gift. I would make them batches of cookies so that they could share with their family. So today, and excuse me, because I am really working here. Okay, so I just toasted my pecans. And please I'm gonna be all over the place. Okay, so I just toasted my pecans. I have the oven. Preheating 350. Okay, and so the first thing that I do, I cream my butter. And this has just been sitting out for about maybe 30 minutes. First thing I do, pull the butter out, let it soften a little bit. And the reason they say soften your butter, back in the day, they used to do all of this by hand. So, the eggs and the butter, needed to be softened. But now, with these machines, you don't have to have it like totally like fork softened. But I let it warm up a little bit. Okay. So I'll just go on and let me plug in my mixer. Gotta plug that in first. This is my KitchenAid. I had gotten, this thing is 25 years old, and it has survived. So I'm gonna I'll whip it a little bit. And then I'm gonna put brown sugar in here. This is 3/4 cups of brown sugar. Three-quarter cups of granulated sugar. So that's gonna cream our butter. Okay, so this is what you want. You cream your butter with your sugars. When it all whipped, there's air whipped in there. And that's what you want, fluffy, okay? And I don't have my gloves on today because I get people in the comments say that the rustling of my gloves are annoying, and my other vinyl gloves, I run out of them so fast. Okay, so now I have 2.5 cups of all-purpose unbleached flour, and I combine all of my dry ingredients. A teaspoon one teaspoon baking soda, and I'm going to just use a half, maybe just a half. I'm going to use just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I don't have I don't know what happened to my little like regular granulated salt. Because I'm using salted butter, I'll just put 2 in there. Half teaspoon of salt. Okay, all my dry ingredients. And I whisk it. I like my flour to be nice and fluffy. And on baking day, I just line my island with one of those inexpensive tablecloths. Okay, so you want all of the dry ingredients combined. I have 2 eggs here, 2 large eggs. And this is where I'm going to put my teaspoon of vanilla. This is vanilla bean paste. I'll take turns putting in the flour and the eggs. Now a sturdy KitchenAid is the best thing for cookie dough. Eggs, with a cake, you can use a hand mixer. See how it's coming together? That's what we want. But we don't want to overwork it because it has eggs in it. You don't want it to get too get too stringy. Okay, so and the only way you're going to get all this dough down, the best way, the most efficient way, is to use a rubber spatula. So it's a cold, rainy, foggy, drizzly day, and this is like the best time to bake cookies for me. Let's see here. Now the next step, I'm going to put my chocolate chips. I didn't show you guys these. These are Hershey chocolate chips. I'm going to go on and put 2 cups. This is a 4-cup measuring cup. They smell so good. Once you get all of your ingredients together, then it only takes 10 minutes to make some cookies from scratch. Okay, so I'm going to go on and put the chocolate chips in there. Just do things in stages. Your mixer is your sous chef. There is nothing better than having this thing do all the whipping. Yes, it only took a couple of, about 30 seconds for it to combine perfectly. Okay, so here are my roasted pecans. About a cup and a half. Smells amazing. All right, that's all we need to do right now at that step. I'm gonna come back when I clean up my island, and then I'm gonna portion them out and we're gonna bake a few. Okay, family, so what I do, I take one of these, this size ice cream scoop, and I scoop the dough out. So you can do stuff in stages. You don't have, you do stuff in stages, and I portion them out. I put them on these cake boards, and I wrap it up, put them in the freezer or in the refrigerator. Depends on how soon I'm gonna bake them off. And just so they'll firm up, put them in the fridge, and then you can pop them in a freezer bag. And then over here, I'm gonna bake these today. And so I got these on a sheet pan. I spread them out so that when they spread out, when they bake, they don't touch each other. So I'm just gonna put 8 on this big pan here. Okay, so I'm going to go on and bake these. I put it in the middle third, the middle shelf, the middle rack. 350. Some people do 375. My oven, I like it 350. Okay, then I'll put the rest of the dough on here. Wrap it up, and then like when you're ready to give some to your boss or your co-workers the night before, you bake them. So this is just one batch, and they bake off nice sizes. So let's see how many we have here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's a dozen. So 1 dozen. Then we have 8 in the oven. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. So we're going to have a little over 2 dozen. 2 dozen cookies. About 26. That's 25. And then you make a tester for you. So this is my test. At least try to get 24, then you keep 2 as testers for you. Okay, so then I'll just keep them on there. Tested the dough, tasted it. So before you give, this is like for my catering people, because they always ask, how do I get so much done? You have to plan, you have to prep. Preparation is everything. Mise en place, everything in its place. Preparation is the name of the game when you're a caterer, an event planner. All of your famous chefs, they have people prepping the ingredients for them. But you know, if you're going to do a small operation, you know, you're the chef, you're the purchaser, you're quality control, you're everybody. So you have to start early. Start planning. You have to be organized. Okay, so just wrap these up and, you know, place them in the fridge, in your walk-in freezer, refrigerator. They'll get hard enough. You can stick them in one of those big freezer bags and put them, you know, keep them in the freezer for, you know, a couple of weeks if you need to. But these will be gone in a few days. Okay, family, I baked the cookies for 10 minutes and then I keep them in the pan for another 10 minutes and let that carry over heat, cook them more. And as soon as there's the timer. So when they're lightly golden brown like this is the color I want. You see, none of them are touching. All right, so this is how you make a professional cookie. You know, when you're giving these away as a caterer, if you're giving them away to your clients, you know, you want them to be great. They love these, okay? So then let these cool for 10 minutes and then they're good to go. Then you wrap them up and I'll show you how that goes in another clip. Let me turn this off. Okay, so that only took 15 minutes.